Hi, welcome to Nicole's Test Kitchen Craft Edition. It's Friday, May 15th. I hope you're having a good day. It's 2:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Welcome. And today's craft is going to be crafts made out of clothespins. And in the description, I have posted the videos, the websites that I found my inspiration from. But before I get started on the craft, I just wanted to let everyone know in the Willits Library community that we are open for curbside pickup. So if you go to the Mendocino County Library website and choose the Willits location, we have a form that you can fill out for books, DVDs, and audiobooks. Again, they're only the ones that are available in the Willits Library collection. And there's also a form for our seed library. So if you are working in a garden or have a garden and you need seeds, you can look at that, fill out the seed library form. And what we do is we will put your order together and we leave it, and we'll leave it on the table out front. What the procedure is we'll set a day and time for you to pick it up. When you get to the library, you'll call us from your cell phone to let us know that you're there, and we'll bring out your books or items and put them on the table, and that's where you'll pick them up. As of now, we are not accepting any returns, so sorry to disappoint, but we will let you know when returns can be made. All right, let's get started on today's craft. So, the first craft, clothespin craft, I am going to make for you is going to be a candle holder or a planter or whatever you want to do, made with tuna fish cans. Well, make sure you clean it thoroughly. You don't want your candle holder or your planter to smell like tuna fish. But I'll start with the tuna fish can. And then I've already pre-started coloring my clothespins, but these are the clothespins that I'm using. Just standard laundry aisle clothespins. And I decided to, many of the crafts you'll see, they have painted the clothespins. I decided just to color them with these pens that I found at the dollar store they're a furniture repair marker. And I thought for the craft they'd work nicely. So I started coloring them in the oak colored marker. So oak. So I'm just going to finish the last three that I have. And I found it very handy just to leave the clothespins on the cardboard they came with. Easier to color it and flip them over. So let me just finish coloring the last three. And basically, I'm just coloring both sides. Just trying to fill it in as, you could leave it, without coloring it. You could paint them depending on what you want. I decided not to paint them because then I'd have to wait for them to dry, and the marker just makes it easier. Now, you can get clothespins in the craft aisle, but I heard that they're a little bit more expensive than if you just go ahead and buy the clothespins used for hanging up laundry. As you'll see today, I'm doing crafts with a couple of different sizes of clothespins, so I'm not sure the other sizes you can find in the regular laundry aisle. To be honest, I haven't hung up clothes out on a clothesline since I was, used to visit my grandparents in Vermont during the summer, and my grandmother would do the laundry and hang out the clothes. So just getting these all colored in. It's a beautiful day today at Willits. Nice and sunny out and a nice temperature. We've had rain the past few days, which we desperately need, but sometimes it gets a little depressing when you can't just run outside and be warm, I've had to like remember my coat. And it's been a little cold, so I've had to turn on my heat again. Alright, so I finished coloring them all. And basically, it's very simple. That's why it's on Nicole's Test Kitchen, because I can do it. But anyway, you just take your clothespin and you pin it to the side of the can. Now I counted, I did a previous one which I'll show you, but I counted that it takes about 21 of these pins to go around the base. So, and what I'm doing is putting them as tightly together as possible so you don't see any of the can in the middle. So let me get these around. And sometimes, you know, they get a little bit wobbly and you have to kind of manipulate them. But, do that. Now, I've been looking at a lot of clothespin crafts. There are a lot of great ones, and you'll see if you go to the sites I listed in the description, there's a lot of cool things that you can do. I chose the simplest ones, or the ones that well, they're simple, of course, because I'm doing them. Anything that gets too complicated, then I get a little frustrated, and it would take me longer than you would want to watch on this video, that's for sure. Anyway, see how I'm just kind of in and tightening them as I go along. And the reason why I chose Clothespin Crafts is because, again, I'm using the supplies that the library already has. And we have a lot of clothespins. We must have done a variety of things over the years because we've collected a lot, and we've collected all different types. In fact, we have one of those organizer drawer bins full, the big one, full of clothespins. So we're not hanging up a lot of laundry here at the library. So we got to come up with fun things to do with them. Okay, see how it's coming together? Oops. If the last pins are a little bit, or the last pin is difficult to get in, because sometimes it doesn't fit quite as nicely. And you have a little bit of a gap, so let's see. So on the inside, they're kind of sliding together, so there's not enough room for that last pin, but I made it work before, so I'm gonna make it work today. So just tighten these up a little bit. I'm gonna fit it in. Are being a little stubborn. Try it on this side. I know you can fit in there, buddy. Just have to. These are a little wobbly. Let me just go around. Now there's enough room on the outside. It's the inside that will fit that guy in there. You know how it is, people, when you might have had too much to eat at Thanksgiving and you're just trying to fit those jeans on. You're like, I can make it connect. I can fit it in. Come on, buddy. Ooh. All right. Straighten out a couple of these guys. And there you have your clothespin holder, or candle holder, or planter, or pen collector. And what you can do if you're using it as a candle holder, I suggest using, a votive with a tall thing, so you don't want to start any fire, especially. But I found this at the dollar store, so hopefully it will fit in. Goes a little bit above the top, but you can put a candle in there, or you could use it as a pen holder, or again a planter. And here's the one I did yesterday, in a different color, in a cherry color. And the candle again I found them at the dollar store, so it fit right in. So it's very nice. And these are our holders. Oops, let me hold them up. Okay. So the next craft, I am going to do a show and tell. I just want to show you another idea that I thought was really neat, and that's making, using a picture frame and using ties and then clips. And if you travel, or people send you postcards or even birthday cards or whatnot, and you want something to do with them, sometimes they just they're all over your tables, or you have them set up, but you want to keep them, or you want to view them. So what I did was take a frame I got from the dollar store, and I used rope or twine. This was the twine I used. And I just tied both ends to each end of the frame. If you have an old frame that has a wider base, you may want to use tape, like packing tape, to tape it on the back, or if you have staple guns. And then, like I mentioned before, we have different size clothespins. So I found at the dollar store these littler clothespins to use. Again, it depends on how big your frame is. But then you can just clip things, and I just clip my little cardboard I had. So you clip. So you can clip things, and then you can keep it, and then you can change things out as you get new things in the mail, or you go visiting places. So if you're like me and you have a bunch of souvenir postcards that you've gotten on your travels, but they're really just sitting in a box somewhere, it might be an idea to if you're looking for quick art pieces to put up in your house. This is an idea for that. You can also use it, smaller versions or versions of this for, your children's art pieces or their art projects, or your own art projects that you want to save and put up. So, picture frame. And then I just want to show you some of my practice runs. I had an idea, and I didn't know what it was, and I was trying to do something with it. It didn't quite turn out. But basically, it was kind of, to be like perhaps a recipe holder, or just little things to stick in, but I didn't quite do the base right, so I'm probably going to have to undo it and redo the base. But this was my idea. My original idea was the things were going to, things were going to go out on each side. And it would look, I'm trying to even conceive it, but it didn't quite come together right. It's still a work in progress, but hey, this is Nicole's Test Kitchen, so you're going to see everything, even the things that don't quite work out so well. All right, so I have one more craft for the kitties, clothespin craft for the kitties, not your cats, the kids. Well, if your cats like crafts, maybe they'll want to play something. But, so I'm going to do some clothespin creatures. And I'm going to do a dragonfly. Now, what you could do is you could, this is the time you may want to paint your clothespin or use glitter glue. Today I'm not, it's going to be a plain one. So I use a clothespin and pipe cleaners. And if you have googly eyes, you can add googly eyes. So, Ay, googly eyes that like to stick. All right, so I'm making a dragonfly. So I've already pre-made one set of wings, but basically you take your pipe cleaner and you fold each end toward the middle. And for me, this is the tricky part because they don't like to stay, or one side is bigger than the other. So it takes me a little bit of maneuvering, and sometimes the twisting for me isn't quite that easy. But basically you fold them in the middle and then you twist. So hope that will twist. Oh goodness. Let's try that again. Twist, twist, twist. Well, I'm glad these are going. It doesn't seem like it, but it's going a little better than it did for me yesterday. But then look, I spoke too soon. Okay, jinx. Right. Okay, well, little lopsided wings. That's all right. So I have my 2 sets of wings, and then you twist them together. And I'm just gonna twist one end over the other. And you actually can turn this easily into butterfly. So this might be look more like a butterfly, but we'll see. So there we have your 2 wings. And the really, really hard part, it's very hard. So you have to look very closely and watch very closely as you clip the wings in the middle. And there you have your dragonfly. If you've pre-painted it, great. You can use, I used washable markers to create my test for yesterday. So different markers. This is a butterfly I made. I have to do something with the antennas to make them stick, so I have to glue them, but I haven't done that. And then this is my dragonfly, which I haven't put the eyes on. But let me just add some eyes quickly to my dragonfly. I might, oops, I think they're a little too big. But let me just try. My glue. My dragonfly is gonna have yellow eyes. So you take your googly dot eyes, add some glue. And these are sometimes are difficult for me to maneuver because of my big hands, but let's see. Probably need the smaller size, but these are what I found. That's another thing that we have a lot of. We've collected a lot of googly eyes in different sizes. Oops, it's not to your hand. Might be have little crooked eyes, just so I can fit them on there for now. And here's your dragonfly. Dragonflies. You're looking like a, I don't know, ladybug, strawberry, monarch butterfly. And there we have it. Those are our Clothespin Crafts. And again, if you make any of the crafts, please send in the pictures. If you have any craft ideas, remember they have to be simple. Please send those ideas in, and I hope you have a really wonderful rest of your day. It was definitely a TGIF week. I don't know, that Wednesday hump day is really a thing. Anyway, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next Wednesday or next Friday. Thank you so much.